Greetings, Internet, and welcome to another episode of A Comedy Musician Reacts. My name is Insane Ian. I am a comedy musician and comedy music fan, and this week we are back, and I am reacting to two songs by the Stupendium as chosen by my Patreons at patreon.com/InsaneIan. We are reacting to No Waves Like Home, the Subnautica song featuring Squiggly Dig, as well as the We Gotta Build a Zoo song, the Planet Zoo song, both by the Stupendium. Now, like I said, if you want to help me choose which songs I'm going to be reacting to each week, you can join my patrons over at patreon.com/InsaneIan. Dollar gets you in to help vote in the polls, as well as getting your name in the credits at the end of these videos. More than that gets you to see these Sorry, it's a new tongue. I just had it replaced. More than $1 gets you into seeing these videos early, getting some of my exclusive songs every month, and more. Like I said, I took last week off because I wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling better now, thank you. I had to replace my tongue. And so we're jumping back into this. If you want to help out the channel and don't want to support me on Patreon, please like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. If you subscribe to these videos, that really helps the channel out. Looking at the algorithm analytics and stuff, it looks like a good majority of you are checking these videos out but are not subscribed. So please click that little subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel out and helps out my viewership. So, anyway, all of that out of the way. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, if this is your first time seeing one of these by me, I pause a lot and to talk about the video because I'm looking at these from the perspective of a fellow comedy musician. So, hope you don't mind that. Anyway, going into the first song, this is the song about Subnautica, the game. It was on PC for a while and recently hit PlayStation 4. It actually was recently free on PlayStation 4 as part of their Play at Home initiative, where they released a bunch of games for free. This was one of them. I picked it up for free, played a little bit of it. It's very cool. It's a survival game where you're a part of a spaceship crew that crash lands on an alien planet that is mostly water, at least from where you can see. And you have to gather supplies to build things like a more speedy way of traveling through the water and another habitat and a way to get over to your crashed ship that has radiation on it, so you gotta build a radiation suit. And it's a survival game. I'm terrible at survival games. I'm not good at them. You have to remember to eat and drink and stuff so that you can live, and I barely do that in real life as it is. But, yeah, so when I was playing it, I didn't play it in survival mode. I played it in freeform mode where I didn't have to remember to eat and drink, because putting that in a game it's just a recipe for game over really quickly for me. But anyway, here's a song about it by the Stupendium. I'm going to stop babbling and play the video now. There's your little survival pod.
It was hard to wave my home goodbye. Looks like the waves in my home tonight. As a kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the waves.
We make plans, think we know where we're gonna go, but fate's hand deals more than the cards it shows.
All right, we've green screened Stoops into a 3D model of the ship, and also that hook's really nice. I'm guessing that's Squiggly Dig singing the hook there. That's good stuff.
A kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the
Awake in the waves.
Plans,
Like,
we know where we're gonna go, but fate's hand deals more than the cards it shows. You could dream about the stars, you could crash it fall apart. What's important's what you do with your time below. So you're out of your depth, so you're lost at sea. If you want to learn to swim, then you got to be.
I have to appreciate how very chill he is, rapping in the cockpit there and not driving the craft. He's just letting the craft drive itself, just sitting there, chilling and rapping to the camera. No hands on the controls. Just let it go. It's on autopilot. I'm sure that's a thing.
You make the think that it's enough to keep your head above, but you gotta swim down if you wanna breathe. It's a strange new world and you must survive. Who says you need a map to drive? Stand the wreckage for the pop, choose the pop to build a pop. Doesn't matter how you fall if you land the dive. Habitat creating, it can be habit making. So shake it up, you gotta do a little cavitating.
Cavitating. Nice.
Build a shuttle if you're huddled in the rubble. Yeah, you gotta make some bubbles. Get a lungful, cause the task is waiting.
It was hard to wait my
Lungful of bubbles.
looks like the way.
I don't think a lungful of bubbles is what you actually want. It's gonna cause some breathing problems, or at least indigestion. Sound of cats running around outside. Thump, 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 thump. I'm sure that sounds great on camera. Not really getting too many jokes in this one, as far as from a comedic standpoint, but there's still time. It's a 4-minute song. We're only a minute in.
Yeah, build a shuttle if you're huddled in the rubble. Yeah, you gotta make some bubbles. Get a lungful, cause the task is waiting.
It was hard to wait my home goodbye. Looks like the waves in my home tonight. As a kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the wave.
Finally awake in the wake of the waves. That is a great line. Again, that's a typical Stupendium flip where he's using the dual meaning of wake. You know, wake being the way the water crashes, and awake and it waking up from slumber. It's a great flip. I love that kind of thing. I love that kind of words having two meanings injection into lyrics. And also the vines that we're looking at here on the chorus, that took me forever to find and pick those things off of, because you need that to make other materials, and it took me really much longer than it should have to swim around to it to get those. I wasted a lot of time in the first couple of days in game. I probably should start over, because things have happened that I probably should have prevented. Oops.
Never thought I'd have to find my place alone, but now I know there's no ways like home. As a
There's the
kid,
title.
I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the waves.
You know, I always thought I lived a pretty wild life, and now I'm living here with all this pretty wildlife. It's survival of the fishes and it's high tide.
Okay, there we go. He's flipped wildlife twice, and survival of the fishes instead of survival of the fittest. Okay. Alright, now we're getting into Stupendium level cleverness, I guess I should say. Yeah, digging that. Also, kind of typical with every Stupendium song, it's still a banger. Every last one has got the catchy ass hook. You gotta respect that. And something kind of atypical of his songs is that, at least the last couple of ones that I've reacted to, the title of the song hasn't shown up in the song, but it did in this one. So
Finally awake in the wake of the waves.
You know, I always thought I lived a pretty wild life, and now I'm living here with all this pretty wildlife. It's survival of the fishes and it's high tide, and on the food chain my link is now a mile wide. Raft from my raft is an impractical reality. With every asset I am subtracted from my salary. I know this package holiday was packaged with some tragedy, but actually I'm cracking on my back to the fatalities.
kind of an MK line there. By the way, the Mortal Kombat movie just came out. Do not expect anything more than a Mortal Kombat movie, and you'll enjoy it. Anyway, mini review.
Raft is an impractical reality. With every asset I am subtracted from my salary. I know this package holiday was packaged with some tragedy, but actually I'm cracking on my back to the fatalities.
So yeah, the package holiday was on the back of a fatality, or a tragedy, as we said, because yeah, you crash on that planet. You're not just exploring waves and oceanic depths for fun. You're not there on purpose. So
I never thought I was born an explorer, but now I'm one with the fauna and flora.
Good.
I never thought much of seafood before, but tonight we're having steamed clams under the Aurora.
the Aurora is the name of the ship that you land on, or that crashed. You didn't land on it. You were on the ship and you ejected, and you're safety pod because the ship went down badly. Explosions.
So just relax and maybe snack upon some lantern fruit. I'm a naturalist you couldn't hold a candle to, cause underwater candles really aren't the lamp to use.
Yeah, because water will put out the fire. I think that's kind of self-explanatory, but you have to craft a torch or a flashlight. When I say torch, because I'm American, I think a stick with fire on the end of it is a torch. Because, I mean, a candle is just wax and stuff. But a torch would be, you know, a big torch. But in the UK, they say a flashlight is a torch. Mainly because sometimes, I guess, people have, like, a flashlight that's like a tubular torch-shaped thing. I'm making bad hand movements for all of this explanation. This bad context hand movements. I'm sure that won't be used against me. But no, you make a little flashlight gun. And the thing, I like, you can use left and right hands in the game, but, like, I can't figure out how to put items in both hands. Because you can only use one item at a time, so sure. I want to have my knife and my flashlight at the same time. I don't want to have to switch between them. It's not Doom 3. They didn't have to make a flashlight duct tape mod for it so I could use my gun and my flashlight at the same time like they did in Doom 3. We're getting off topic. I'm sorry.
It was hard to wave my home goodbye. Looks like the waves in my home tonight. As a kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the waves. Never thought I'd have to find my place alone, but now I know there's no waves like home. As a kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the waves.
Everyone has a Leviathan coming, but you can live your life in silent running.
That's a great line right there. The Leviathans are these giant... Well, there's a lot of different Leviathans in the game. They're Leviathan class creatures. And the first one you come across is like this giant stingray kind of thing. Or the first one I came across anyway. But there's apparently different Leviathan class creatures, these giant underwater creatures. And Silent Running is it's a submarine term. There's, I think, a submarine movie called Silent Running. I think there's probably a submarine video game. Yeah, I think one of the launch titles for 3DS was called Silent Running. Alright, anyway.
You know it's gonna get cold outside. Break the ice, let the sun in.
I wonder if that's a reference to the sequel, Subnautica Sub-Zero. I'm not sure if that's a reference to that or not, or if that actually happens in the first game either, but I know that there is a sequel game called Subnautica Sub-Zero, where it's the same game but colder. I'm sure it's more than that. That's just what it seems like to me. I'm back. Sub-Zero again. We've got another Mortal Kombat reference. Meh.
As the path gets darker and deeper, you might find there are sharks
hate-
that are deeper. You may just wish to huddle with your cuttlefish, but everybody has to dance with a reaper.
That's nice. There's, lots of dangerous fish there too, and the only weapon I have so far is a knife, which doesn't do jack against these things. Like, they're, fish that explode and hurt you, and but Dance with the Reaper, that's a good line. That was just a flurry of good lines.
It's darker and deeper. I
hate those sharks, man. And the stalkers.
Just wish to huddle with your cuttlefish.
That was the line. Huddle with your cuttlefish. There needs to be more fish puns in this. I like this song a lot, but considering his past work, I want more fish puns. Maybe we'll get more animal puns in the zoo song coming up next, but
everybody had to dance with a reaper.
I need to keep my grip somehow. I'm in some really deep shit right now.
deep ship. To punch that P.
I need to keep my grip somehow. I'm in some really deep shit right now. I need to keep my grip
That's a
somehow.
disturbing
I'm in
thing.
some really deep shit right now. I need to keep my grip somehow. I'm in some to wave my home goodbye. Looks like the waves in my home tonight. As a kid, I dreamed of space. Now I'm finally awake in the wake of the waves. Never thought I'd have to find my place alone, but now I know there's no waves like home. As a kid, I dreamed of space.
Yeah, there we go. We're hitting buttons now.
Oh, hello. I hope you enjoyed the song. Thank you very much for listening. And a massive thanks to Squiggly Dig for lending her amazing vocal to the track. And
excellent
of course,
vocals.
Thanks to all of my patrons as well for making it possible. If you enjoyed the song, then why not check out the playlist of my others? And of course, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that all-important little bell. There's also a link to my Patreon and my merch store if you'd like to support the channel in those ways too. But in the
Whatever was on the merch there is listed as non-waterproof. But the image isn't there anymore. That was great. That was a great song. Nice, chill, underwater song. I dig that one a lot. Again, was hoping for some more fish puns, but still captures the essence of the game. Near the end of the video, he's singing along with the hook by Squiggly Dig, and he didn't have his vocals along with that to harmonize with that or anything, so it kind of seemed like suddenly the chorus vocals were being sung by him, even though that was clearly not his voice coming out. It was an interesting choice. I always worry about that kind of thing. Like, am I making these vocals, or is this clearly somebody else singing this, but I don't look like them? It's always something that kind of strikes me as odd when I see it in other videos, when clearly you know that voice is coming from someone else. Not a bad thing, not a good thing, just kind of a thing. But anyway, we're moving on to the next song.
In the meantime, I have to go because I was just swimming over to my Cyclops and I did drop my wallet somewhere.
Alright. Ooh, a lion Stupendium. Oh, this is a happy beat.
Oh, here you stand on an expanse of land, a plain little plain or a bunch of sand. This ain't mice and men pen, the best laid plan. There's a lot of other animals to lend a hand or a...
Alright, gotta build a zoo. Speedy. Obviously, this is another micromanagement strategy game of like the ilk of like 2 Point Hospital or Evil Genius kind of games. Somebody took umbrage to me calling those real-time strategy games when they're technically they are. You know, you have to strategically manage your things. It's technically a micromanagement game, but you know, I still see those under the real-time strategy kind of thing because you're building and you're using your resources to build more. But you know, if you want to get technical about them, they're called something else. I call them micromanagement games or real-time strategy games. But what have you. Yes. So I was not familiar with Planet Zoo before. Although, I wonder if it's in the same ilk as Planet Coaster, which is like a roller coaster simulator thing, which is taken over for Roller Coaster Tycoon. Roller Coaster Tycoon is still being made. It's just not as good anymore. And some people seem to prefer the Planet Coaster. Tangents. I have them.
Oh, here you stand on an expanse of land, a plain little plain or a bunch of sand. This ain't mice and men pen, the best laid plan. There's a lot of other animals to lend a hand, or a hoof or a paw, or a weird little claw. If you recall, the jungle has a law, but the jungle had to tussle with a fundamental flaw, because the survival of the fittest doesn't mix with chainsaws.
Survival of the fittest doesn't mix with chainsaws. Ooh, that's good. I like that.
The law cries dog eat dog, but how does that apply to the little tree frog who was never meant to ever come up against a predator whose method is to fight the needle logs or comes the with the solutions out there for amusement? No evolution can account for other humans.
Oh, this has got some very good speedy bars and some just great lines.
How does that apply to the little tree frog who was never meant to ever come up against a predator whose method is to fight the needle logs or comes the with pollutants out there for amusement? No evolution can account for other humans crashing into habitats and ravaging the planet we inhabit as if we can get a new one. There is a solution, you could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it.
Spitting facts, too. What was the... go back. It's not going back. Meh. Yeah. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Subtle in its statements of, yeah, you know, preserve the environment or there will be no environment. Duh. Yeah. Good on you, Stoops, for that one. Conservation. I was going to say that, and then he did. You gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall grow. This is the law. We have to keep things moving and keep preserving and conservation, but you have to build a zoo to put all these animals in. Because that's the point of the game. That's great. That's great. You gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. That planet to grab your shovel. There's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo. And Stupendium at the zoo. Amazing. That's fantastic. It's been game footage up to that point, and then there he is at a zoo feeding adorable animals. Fantastic. This is such a catchy song, and I wonder if it's sponsored by the WWF, not the World Wrestling Federation. That's not their WWE now. The World Wildlife Foundation. That would make sense. You have to poster, Mother Nature's the greatest roller coaster. You may see things presented in documentaries. They were meant to be seen from the sofa. That's to hire and fleet to pick. Better check the climate and the keep a shift. Environment requirements are easily missed. There's another park creator, like, you know, yes, you have your amusement park creator and you're building a zoo and you're building a place for the customers to see the animals and stuff. And they have a game that's similar to this, just a bit more deadly. And there's a Jurassic Park creator. I think it's called Jurassic Park Evolution or something like that. But there's a recent Jurassic Park game that does the same thing, keeping the animals in line and the customers entertained and micromanagement. I like that how that first verse was very much talking about the real world of, you know, what's actually happening and what the need for conservation, how important that is into the world's conversation right now. And then this verse is very much focused on exactly what you're supposed to do in the game. I dig that. They were meant to be seen from the sofa. That's to hire and fleet to pick. Better check the climate and the keep a shift. Environment requirements are easily missed. That's right. Looks a bit from a brass land, get to know the biome. Put your giraffes can't get to where the pride roams. Yeah, don't put your giraffes near your lions, because your lions will eat them. I think that's an important safety tip, kids. And the keep a shift, environment requirements are easily missed. I just love that line. Get to know the biome, put the giraffes can't get to where the pride roams. So that they can climb plants, careful where they might grow. Well, there is a high chance they can hitch a ride home. Nature is a fuse that's already been ignited. Every profit will be offered up to fight it. Just remember that the world's in crisis. Well, you have to justify the gift your prices. Each unique creature can teach us secrets to discern. From the speediest of cheetahs to the teeniest of worms. There's a vision, there's education. Every lesson spreads in turn. But for each and everything you teach, there's 10 more things to learn. I mean, that's true for anything. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The planet respected shall prosper, the planet dissected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it, that planet too. If you build one, then build a few. We've just begun, you gotta build a zoo. That's a lot of birds and meerkats and kangaroos. You gotta build a zoo. That's the best part of this whole video, is Stupendium just feeding adorable animals. And, well, getting covered in birds, that was a little weird, but it happens when you're holding their food, I guess. Oh, turtles! Tiny tree frogs and birds and... Feed the hyenas, clean out the lemurs. Man, see, this is what I was hoping for in the previous song, was a lot more clever rhymes using names of animals. Not even just puns with their names, just using all the... I don't want a list song, because list songs are boring, but creatively using them and rhyming them throughout just makes the song more entertaining to listen to. Not saying that the last song wasn't entertaining, but this one just has a more feast for the ears as far as all the words that you're taking in. And again, because of Stupendium speed, it's a lot. And that's always admirable and enjoyable. And probably just good game tips. Grizzlies prefer it solo. Don't put a whole bunch of grizzly bears in together, because that would probably be bad. I don't need more research on the Goliath bird eater. It's a weird thing about me. My two favorite superheroes are Spider-Man and the Tick, and I have arachnophobia. I don't claim to make sense.
This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The natural world is a wonder, but we have to help it survive. You have an aptitude to change.
Oh, red pandas. Adorable.
If we don't fix it, we're all through. You're on a mission to build a zoo.
Yay.
Thanks for watching. And a ginormous thanks to my patrons for making this video
Ginormous.
possible. Ram that like button, corner it down below.
Alright, here we have the actual animal puns in the outro. Ram that like button. Ginormous. Bravo.
Thanks for watching. And a ginormous thanks to my patrons for making this video possible. Ram that like button, corner it down below.
Possible and cormorant down below. Yeah.
And you really ought to subscribe if you want to be informed of all my upcoming videos. Those
Otter subscribe to be informed. Fawn, however he said it. Puns.
who want to hear my other songs too can click the playlist. And if you want to support my work, please do take a look at the merch store or the Patreon. Links in the description below. I'll stop yakking on, or else I'll bore you. Bye.
I missed that very last one there. What was...
Bye. Son.
Bison. Bison. There was a lot in the end there, where I'll bore you, and links. You gotta love it. Honestly. I mean, I do. And this song could work for both the Planet Zoo game and the We Built a Zoo movie with Matt Damon. I think this could apply for both. It should have been in the movie. That was the 2 Stupendium songs. If you like this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Or check out my Patreon at patreon.com/InsaneIan if you really want to help the channel out. Thanks so much to my Patreon patrons who have voted on the songs this week. New poll going up soon for next week's video. Anyway, that's all for now. We'll see you next time. Bye. Kinda want to go to the zoo now.
Now, all my friends think cats are great, but for me, my furry friend ain't up for debate. I know it might be obvious, no need to pretend. That man's best friend is clearly my best friend. I love him to the end of the waggly tails. When I see a tiny puppy, man, it never fails. Even the big dogs get a squeeze from me. I love the entire canine family. They like ham, you see, or just any meat, really. Their noses are so cold, their smiles are so silly. I love